want to play better golf? Of course you do. Well, here are 3 easy ways to do it. 1. Open your smartphone and look for the podcast app. 2. Open the podcast app and search Breaking Par with Bernard Sheridan. 3. Subscribe and never miss an episode of great golf instructor interviews from around the world. A new guest every week, like David Ledbetter, Brian Manzella, Dr. Sashow McKenzie, James Siegman, just to name a few. Hear their insight as they deliver their wisdom of the game. Take control of your game. Subscribe today. Your game will thank you for it.
Welcome to Breaking Par with Bernard Sheridan, the golf instruction podcast that helps you take control of your game. Now, here's your host, the founder of Par Breakers Golf Academy and certified Golf Channel Swing Fix instructor, Bernard Sheridan.
Ken, hi. Welcome to Breaking Par. Glad for you to take some time out to be with us today.
Oh boy, don't worry about taking the time out, Bernard. It's great. I appreciate you having me.
So tell us a little bit about how you got involved or started with Golf Gym.
Well, it's a long story. I'll make it as short as I can. Back in 1985, I was working with a company where we were creating some latex tubing-based exercise equipment, and it was pretty new then, using tubing and things like that for exercise. So I actually stepped on one end of a figure-8 loop that we had patented. It was so easy, and I put the other end in my hand, and I started taking it back like a golf swing, and I thought, wow, if I can make this latex tubing in with a golf grip, maybe this would be a great way to help people or to strengthen my golf game anyway. And so that's really was the beginning of Golf Gym itself. That product was called Golf Gym. That unit that we created was called the Golf Gym. And so it built from there. We made prototypes, and this is way back when, before golf fitness. Actually, golf fitness was an oxymoron way back then. There wasn't the drive of people to get involved in fitness, golfers anyway, way back then. So, and then through the years, we licensed it out to another company who got Gary Player to endorse it for us, and he did a phenomenal video. There's a short clip from one of the videos on our website showing Gary Player and what he thought of this particular product. And then we had that was kind of a one-note samba for a while. We had 3 different resistance levels, but it was the Golf Gym. That was it. You could attach it to a door, do all kinds of different exercises. But along the way, we saw new opportunities to develop more products and also bring in more products. The simple things like a balance ball, like things that we created called power bands, and things that are being used widely now, but back then, maybe 10 years ago, when we started to increase our offerings on the Golf Gym website, that we, now they're, balance ball and bands and all kinds of things are impact bags and the things we've added onto our website. And our whole key in this, our whole thought behind this, my wife Vicki and myself, is that if you play better, you're gonna enjoy the game more. And when you enjoy the game more, you're gonna play better. And it's sort of a yin-yang thing for us. So we then enlarged our website. We brought in a lot of videos. We probably have 130 videos on YouTube and that are on our website as well. I created a thing called 3-minute workouts here a little while ago, not too long ago, and I'm adding to those all the time. The thing with the Golf Gym is once you pick it up and use it, it's a latex-based tubing product that has a golf grip at one end and a foot pad and door attachment at the other. And once you start to swing with it, the reaction generally across the board has always been, wow, I feel this. I feel my muscles working. So that was the quick version from 1986 all the way up to right now. And again, we offer a lot of content on our website, blog posts and things like that. So we're real excited about it.
So, and is a lot of this equipment used in actually golf instruction, or is it just used in, like, because I know that you mentioned some other, balance and impact bag and things like that, which I would think players are using. Either instructors are using them to use with their students, or students and players are just going and finding out about your equipment and how it can improve different parts of their game.
Right. We sell a lot of products to instructors who have either academies or they have seminars that they're doing, and they give them away or they add it into their instruction, and they show golfers how to use it properly to develop the muscles in their golf swing. And then most recently, I don't know if you've heard of plane swing. It's the big loop. Well, a good friend of ours, Tony Clark, invented the plane swing, and I was at a trade show once with him, and I was in there working with it, and I thought, wow, if we could just add a little bit more resistance to this, what he calls the power slide, and take it back, and man, that would really, now I'm swinging on plane with resistance and building it up. So I just recently, it's been about 6 months, I created a brand new product called the Power Swing Plus, which attaches to the golf grip. And that's been received more by golf instructors because they can put it on the driver or any club, but I like it on the driver because of the length and because of the weight at the end. And there's just length that you want to go wide with it then when you take it across. And a lot of instructors are now putting those on the grips of their students just to say, look, I want to see how you can get to this position and how does that feel? Where's your balance when you're under resistance, let's say a quarter of the way through your backswing? And we're real happy with that product. We've been getting tremendous results. And in fact, it has really helped my game, my golf game tremendously because my swing speed is up just from using this on a regular basis.
So
I don't know whether you know what, sometimes, Bernard, I get going and I even forget what the question was.
Oh, that's okay. That's good. I like that. And I'll tell you why, because, you know, here we want to know about what's going on with your products and how they're going to help, you know, people play better golf. I mean, there's two really objectives behind this show. One is golf instruction, of course, and talking about golf instruction and helping people get better at golf. That's really the main drive behind the show. The other main drive behind the show is doing all that we can to help others so we grow the game. Because if we grow the game, then that means that there's going to be more people who are going to be interested. They're going to tell other people, get excited about it. You know, as you already know, the great thing about golf is that it's a lifelong sport. The players can play it pretty much until they can't even stand up anymore almost. Right. So, and if there's products like this that can help them stand up longer and be better at it, then that's really, you know, why we have you here.
Yeah, and the really cool part, and I mean that for me, was when I first created this new Power Swing Plus with a club. The Power Swing Trainer itself is a unit that you can use at home in the office. There's no extension to it. It's a grip and it ends about there. It's about 10 inches or so long, and it's a molded training grip, so you can use it anywhere. And that was our whole thing, is you could train in the wintertime in your house, you know, put it in the door attachment, do certain exercises. But the great part about the Power Swing Plus for me and everybody else is that when you put it on your club, it helps you to stay in plane and on plane, because when you take it back, the way that the cords are attached to this unit that you attach to your grip, it actually keeps you in a lag position. It's really hard to cast, and it's very hard to come over the top because of the way that the cords are, because you attach the cords to the lead foot. Now you can attach it to either foot, but I like it to the lead foot because then it actually pulls you down right into the slot. And for me, I had a little problem with coming over the top, but now as I use that over and over and over, we're not only helping people get their swing muscles stronger, but we're actually helping them to stay inside, coming from the inside and not coming over the top or from casting. And there's two videos that I posted on YouTube for those directly, how to stop casting and how to stop coming over the top. And once you try this and use it, it really is amazing.
Now, some of the other products that you mentioned, I see some products behind you there. I see an impact bag. I see it looks like a resistance swinger that has fans on it, kind of.
Yeah, the swing fan.
Okay, and so now that I would assume is more about helping you create speed, correct?
The swing fan, yes. The swing fan, when you swing it, it helps you to create more speed because you're going against resistance. But here is I'll say really cool a lot, but here's another really cool thing, is that you can attach the Power Swing Plus to the swing fan, and I have a video online that shows me using the swing fan. So if you think you get resistance using the swing fan, just put the Power Swing Plus on that. The other really great thing was we went to a PGA show, the PGA show last year, not this past PGA show, but the one last year. And we got together with our friends at the Orange Whip, Jim Hackenberg, who invented the Orange Whip. And that is a phenomenal product. If somebody doesn't have an Orange Whip, they ought to go get one. And then buy our product, because you can hook our product onto the Orange Whip. And actually what's neat is the guys at Orange Whip, Jim Hackenberg and the guys over there, they always put it on their Orange Whip too, because they love the added resistance that you get. And then the Orange Whip adds that smoothness and the tempo that you get in your golf swing. So we love the fact that anything that has a grip on it, you can attach the Power Swing Plus to and then work against resistance.
That's great. So a lot of these products are basically help now build muscle memory, help build with that, because they're keeping you on swing plane.
Right.
Help build resistance to strengthen those muscles, and then now what about for flexibility and things like that? Do you have any products that you're using for that?
Well, the one product that you would use for flexibility would be the balance ball or the fitness ball. There's a big orange one behind me, but and we have a lot of videos on our website that demonstrate talking about flexibility. But I want to step back 1 second. Use the term called muscle memory. And a lot of people balk at that, saying muscles don't have memory. But I heard it was a doctor, and I may hack his name up, but Weinstein, that I read an article about. He calls it motor pattern memory, which is really, which for us details it much better, because it really is a motor pattern. Everything that we do in golf is a reminder, a motor pattern memory. And then for the pros that tweak just here and there a little bit with their grip or whatever, they've got that motor pattern memory down. They've got the biomechanics part down. They're getting the fitness part down big time, and they're adding that in. And what we like to say is that the Power Swing Trainer and the Power Swing Plus add just so much motor pattern memory. But to answer your question about flexibility, you have a balance ball, and we do a whole lot of videos. We've done a whole lot of videos on stretching, and I'm actually shooting a new video here within the next 2 days about a thing that I call a wall plank. And man, it really not only stretches you out, but it gets anyway, it'll be on the website. But I do want to talk about something. And again, interrupt me anytime you want, because I could go on. But I do want to talk about something that, and I just shot a video yesterday about this, about random exercises where people start to do just random things. I saw online somewhere, and it was a pretty well-known guy in the fitness area, and the title of it was "Fix Your Slice with This Exercise," and it was basically standing in a inline lunge a little bit with a hand on a balance ball and just lifting a weight, and which was working actually a shoulder and scapula and what have you. But I looked at that and I thought, no way is somebody that's got a big slice, they're going to fix their slice with that one little exercise. So I've been kind of pounding I don't know what you call pounding the pavement or whatever, talking about this whole golf fitness thing has maybe expanded a little bit out of hand, because someone that's a golfer that doesn't exercise much, doesn't really want to exercise much, will look in a golf magazine or watch the hundreds of thousands of videos on the internet, on YouTube, that demonstrate, here, just do this and you'll play better. Just do this and you'll hit longer. Just do this and this and this. It's got to be a more consistent, easy, simple thing that people can get into. And that's one of the things about our product, that it just, you're in it. When you hook it up, you're in it, you're doing the exercise, and you can get used to it really quickly and help develop that motor pattern memory while strengthening the muscles. So, yeah, golf fitness. I wrote an ebook called Golf Fitness, What Is It Really? And I outline the old times, the new times, what's biomechanics, it's pretty general in what is this whole golf fitness thing about. But specifically for someone who is a golfer, and most golfers don't necessarily exercise a lot. So for golfers, we've created this very simple way of getting into what would be considered golf fitness. And again, I don't know if I answered your question, but holy cow, I rambled on there for a while.
Well, I know that with my students and with other instructors that I've spoke to, they try to make golf fitness, you know, I don't want to say a huge part of what they do, but a part of what they do.
Right.
And I know that for me, it's kind of 1/3. So I try to incorporate fitness with along with drills, and then both of those things help them start to build those motor skills and fine tune them. Also, what happens too is when the muscles are strengthened, they're more capable of being able to do these things consistently as opposed to inconsistently. So there's a lot more stability in their swing, especially when it comes to balance, things like that. I know that we mentioned, or you mentioned earlier, the orange whip, how that helps tempo. That's a major factor in being able to have something that's consistent and a feeling of the same speed, same pace all the time, so that there's no lunging at the ball or things like that. But if the muscles are strengthened in the correct way with a lot of the equipment like you have there, then that can definitely make things a lot easier for players to be able to do things over and over and over again the same way. And then if they're working on these, especially now that you have this new thing that helps them with swing playing, and then also still is building resistance, then that is going to help drive that skill home on those off days when they're not able to get out and play, or when it's, I mean, nobody plays every day. I'm sure there's some people who play every day, but the bulk of people really don't play every day. So, or really work on their game every day, because it takes a little bit of time. They have to go to the course. It might not be convenient. But if they have something like these type of products, then at least on those off days, they can do it in their home, in the comfort of their home, where they might have a little area or a room that they use to have, maybe have a putting mat set up, and they'll be putting, and then they'll do their exercises, you know, and their stretching and their resistance and their maybe their impact and things of that nature. How many products total do you have?
Wow. Okay. Our own products under our golf gym label, like probably nine or so. But again, on the website, we do sell comparable or related products like the swing fan, the impact bag, those kinds of things. I wanted to ask you, because you said fitness was a part of the 3-part. So what are the other 2 parts again?
Well, of course, one part is instruction itself, and you know, being under a watchful eye of a educated instructor who can see some of the things that is going on with your swing, using technology to the fact that they can understand whether you're achieving your goals, and then of course fitness is a big part, and then play. So to me, there's three really big parts if you want to get better, and one is fitness and drills, and I kind of put them together, because I think that they go hand in hand, and then instruction itself with a competent instructor who you feel comfortable with, and then play. And how are you executing these things? And that's where it all comes together, and also where the mental game comes in, because these are things that when you're out on the golf course, if your mental game isn't together, you're not going to play well. So it doesn't matter whether you have all the ability in the world, if you don't use it in the right situation and execute, then it doesn't matter. And we can see that happen to some, you know, to top ranked players, world ranked players, who have had all, you know, who have played great, and then got a little bit sidetracked, and then lost some confidence, and then once that goes, then it's hard for them to be able to stay in it mentally, and they're constantly battling themselves, and they might do, let's say, all the fitness regimes, all the drills, all the things that they have to do, but it's still not building their confidence.
I get you.
So to me, you know, and of course it's all encompassing, but I try to break it down into into a little bit more simplistic type things, so that way we can say, okay, are you covering these things? Are you doing all these things? Because if you want to be a complete player, then you have to touch base on all those things. And here's the funny thing about one of them, well, it's probably about all of them, I would say, is that, as you said, not all golfers want to do fitness or something that's fitness related or want to exercise. Right. Not all golfers want to take instruction. As a matter of fact, only 11% of the people who play the game actually do try to take instruction.
Is that right? It's just 11%?
Only 11%, wow. Which is a very small margin when you think about all the people that play golf. Only 11% of them will go and take instruction. And then there's also the play part. Well, everybody wants to play. So if they play golf, they all play golf. They might not play it on a regular basis, and they might, and that just might be just because of the way their lifestyle is. They might have kids. They might be taking care of grandchildren. They might be have a job, and that's getting in the way. There's family obligations. There's all different kinds of things. There could be some physical issues that are going on that are preventing them from playing as much as they would like to. So that's why all those three things are so imperative for them to be able to get the most out of what they have when they can play. You know, and if they're doing the physical part of it, then the good thing about that, in other words, with the exercising and the resistance bands and things that are strengthening and stretching, and then that keeps their body in better condition, so that when they do play, even if it might not be a lot, their body is prepared and ready to go, and they're not going to injure themselves, and then that's going to prevent them from going back out.
Yeah. A couple of things I want to touch on while you were speaking is I think the term fitness alone scares off most people, because at trade shows I'd talk about, we have, our products are about bands that help with golf fitness, and use that term golf fitness, and somebody that's a little, I mean, I'm calorically challenged, frankly. I've been I've lost tons of weight. I was very thin. I actually refereed professional ice hockey many years ago, back in the 70s into the 80s, and so I was tremendously fit, and then kind of let myself go for a while and working back on it now. But so the people that are calorically challenged immediately, I mean, there was a guy that tapped his stomach and said, no, that fitness thing's not for me. Well, the interesting part is that somebody from TPI, I saw something on Facebook or wherever it was, there was a quote saying that the measure of your performance on the golf course is something like, is not the measurement around your waist or your waistline or something. It's a measure of your performance fitness. I mean, because if you look at a guy like John Daly, he shouldn't be able to really hit the ball well or be able to turn well or have any flexibility. But man, just look at him. But there's that thing. And so fitness kind of scares people off. And that's why we created these products to say, look, here's a starting point. We're not asking you to do push-ups. We're not asking you to do sit-ups and chin-ups and planks and all the things that might hurt your elbows or your shoulders. But this is the way I look at the things that we put together and how you use them. Is if you look at the Iron Byron, and everyone knows if you don't know what it is, it's that big machine. I know you know what it is, but
sure, of course.
Anybody that wouldn't know what it is, it's that big machine that hits the golf ball, perfect swing every single time. They just figure out how long the golf ball goes, because Iron Byron's going to hit it the exact same way, the exact same thing every single time, same speed and everything. I don't know if they're adjustable, but whatever.
Yeah, they are adjustable.
Okay. I look at the body, our bodies, as the Iron Byron, but oops, that little nut got loose over there. Oops, the one that holds it stable on the ground got a little loose right there. And there's another one where the elbow joint in this one is loosening up. And the parts now are starting to move a little bit less perfectly as they do when it was brand new. And we all experience that. That's what we're all about. So what we look at is making a healthier swing and saying golf health in a way, versus the fitness term that just kind of turns people off. It's like what, fingernails on a chalkboard to some people, because they go, forget it. I like playing golf. I don't want to do sit-ups or push-ups because that's where their mind goes to immediately on that.
Well, I think too, like you're saying, I think when people hear the word fitness, they think of work, and when they think of work, they don't want to think of golf as work. They want to think of golf as play and have fun.
Right.
So if it can be termed as like what you're putting it, then it's really not work. It's more helping you be able to be in better shape to prevent injury and to have more fun.
I wish I had it in front of me, but I just got a thank you card from an 87-year-old gentleman who bought our products, and then I sent him a couple other little goodies, and he sent me a note to say thank you for this, and he said I'm shooting my age at 87, and he said his goal is to shoot his age for this entire year as best he can. So for us, when I get a card like that from somebody that's that age and they're willing to put a little effort in, you said that fitness sounds like work. Yeah, it does sound like work, but it also sounds like general fitness. Like if you're not thin and six-pack abs, those kinds of things, then you're not, if you're not like Rory McIlroy or Tiger, then you're not golf fit. And really, it's more about golf swing fitness, getting the swing down. Because frankly, I don't like doing a lot of the exercises. I go to the gym, or I do here in our studio. I mean, there's some of them that I don't like doing, but I've gotten in a habit of doing them and building a little bit of a habit. But simple things. Another product that we have that I really, really like is our 8-pound Powerball, and we have a lot of videos on there. I actually had a shoulder impingement since hockey days when I smashed into the boards. That was in the days we didn't wear helmets. Nobody wore helmets.
I remember that day.
Oh, do you?
I was there too.
Oh, okay. So this 8-pound Powerball, I created a whole program, shoulder program, and now I don't have the impingement anymore. It's pretty phenomenal. But this little 8-pound ball has got great handles, and it's just 8 pounds, so it's not real heavy, but we have a whole series of things that you can do. And those kind of little movements or routines that you can do for 3 minutes make a tremendous impact. And over a while, if you keep growing on them, they're gonna, you do these 3-minute videos. I think we got 20 some on the website right now. You're gonna get more overall fit, or you're gonna feel that you're balanced a little more. And wow, my knee doesn't pop as much as it used to, or I feel more solid. And if we can get people to feel more solid in their swing, because this latex tubing and the resistance is not just for the upper body. When we show in the videos about getting the lower body into motion and coming down into that slot and then following through, the muscles are working to stabilize those little, they're called stabilizing muscles all around everywhere, not just the big muscles. Here I go again. I could talk for a long time about this.
Well, it's great. I mean, and it's nice that you're touching base and going deeper into what's going on, kind of like with the body in the golf swing, and how certain muscles need to be stabilized in order for you to be able to repeat that swing again and again and again. And that's really the key to playing better golf, other than like we spoke about the mental side of it. But that's a big key, and in being able to repetitively continue to make the same swing so that you're getting the club on the ball consistently.
Right, and that's the big thing too. And the other thing that you just mentioned about the mental side, for me anyway, the mental side is going to start to really mold and fill in the blanks a little bit when you're more consistent with your golf swing. So if I step up to if I tee up a ball and I step up to that first tee and I go, oh my God, I don't know what my swing is going to do. I don't know what movement what thought should I have? But if you can step up every time and know I'm going to hit the ball, it may not be perfect, but I'm going to make contact. I'm going to make solid contact, maybe not even solid contact. But if I know that I'm going to make contact with the ball, then my mental side is starting to get a little bit more, hey, I can hit this hybrid in a little narrower area, or those kinds of things that the mental side will fill in those little blanks that are going, I'm all messed up.
Confidence is everything in this game, and if you don't have it, just like in life, you can't achieve what you want to do because you're too afraid to, and fear is the motivator. So what we want is we want positive to be the motivator, and that fear or failure can just be a learning process. That if something goes wrong, now we know that we learned more about what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. So I think a lot of players are just too afraid to fail. They're not afraid to succeed. They're afraid to fail, which prevents them from succeeding. But if they can use products that are going to help them stay on plane, get that groove, get in better shape, feel better about themselves, that's going to naturally up their confidence level. Like you just said, they say, hey, I can make solid contact and I can go out there and have a good time. I might not shoot the great scores that I wish that I was shooting, but at least I'm not going to get into positions where I'm so afraid that I'm not going to be able to get out of them now, because I'm actually taking care of what I need to do and enjoying it more. So we're kind of at the end of our segment, but before we go, what I would like to do is just get some information from you for our listeners as to how they can find out more about your products, and then also where can they go to view some of these videos that you spoke of so that they can understand how to get better at this.
Right. The website is golfgym.com. Pretty simple, golfgym.com. And when you go on there, there's a couple of sliders in the top that'll direct you to certain products, and then there or pages. And then there's some blog posts down below, and also some videos, the most recent videos that we posted on YouTube. But if they go to any one of the products, they'll see videos about that product on every one of those pages. So it's golfgym.com, and or go to YouTube, which is Golf Gym. Golf Gym LLC at YouTube. So if you just go and type in Golf Gym, you're going to get a lot of the videos.
Is there a link to YouTube for these videos right on your website also?
There is. You can go. Boy, you say that, and now I'm wondering whether there is. Well, whenever you open up one video, you just click on YouTube, and it'll have all the rest of them.
There you go.
Side.
Yeah. So I mean, if there's videos up there, I'm just trying to say if they can go to your website, then watch one of those videos, they'll know how to get to the site from there.
Sure, and there's so many, and this gets back a little bit quickly about the random thing. If somebody were to say 129 videos, where do I start? Well, start with the 3-minute workout, or going to. I really recommend somebody going to our Power Swing Trainer product, and you'll see Gary Player on there using it, and really explaining it better than I could ever explain what this thing is doing. But then go to the Power Swing Plus product page, and there's a number of videos on there, because those will show you where you can start. And for again, I'm going to reiterate, for the player that doesn't exercise at all or wants to do something and they don't know where to start, go to those pages and that's where to start. Or the 3-minute workout videos as well. Simple, 3 minutes. It is 3 minutes. I time it, every one of the little workouts, and they're fairly simple to start, and then they get a little bit getting into squats and things like that. But I also want to tell you before you leave, it's Par Breaker. So what I'm going to do is I'll put a link up today. It's Par B, right? Because nobody wants to type Par Breakers. But if you purchase anything on our website, when you go to the shopping cart, it says coupon code. If you're going to put Par B15, so Par B15. In that promo code, I'll give you 10% off of anything you buy on the website.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. Our listeners will be very, very pleased to hear that. So they love to get coupons. Who doesn't? And discounts, and that's great. And with fantastic products, it's kind of a win-win. Everybody wins.
And Bernard, we've been around since 1985. So I invented the Power Swing Trainer in 1985. That makes me really old right now. But I'm actually playing my best golf ever because of some help with instruction and things like that. But now I'm playing the best golf ever. But we've been around a very long time, and we give 100% guarantee on the product. If somebody's not happy, they send it back in 30 days. We give them their money back. And I got to tell you, over 25 plus years, I think we've refunded maybe 5 or 6 people altogether. Our products work, they're not gimmicks, and our website's really great and full of good content.
That's great, Ken. Well, thanks so much for taking the time. We really appreciate you telling us all about your products and how they can help our listeners. And as we always say here at Breaking Par, until we meet again next time, try to keep it in the short grass.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, Bernard.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
Now you can take control of your game right now from your smartphone, tablet, or desktop. Just go to www.parbreakers.com/e-learning. That's www.parbreakers.com/e-learning. Your game will thank you for it.